So everyone knows the answer to this question. What's the best NES football game? It's Tecmo Super Bowl, of course, starring, as everyone knows, Bo Jackson. A little tougher of a question, though, is what is the best Super NES football game? There's plenty of Madden games on the console, there's the NFL Quarterback Club games, and those sort of random ones lurking in the shadows, like Sports Illustrated Championship Football plus Baseball. But the Tecmo Super Bowl games from the NES also made it to the Super NES console. So most sports series get better, back then got better year after year. They'd add more features, licensed player names, stats. But the Tecmo series, instead of getting just kind of better year after year, kind of moved into a realism direction. So by Tecmo Super Bowl III, they did make the best simulation football game on the entire console. But sometimes you can't beat the feel of arcade action. And weirdly, this arcade one is a game that's a little harder to cheese. So it's always been one of my favorites, and over the years, as consoles came and went, it's always been a game I've come back to until today, where it remains one of my most played games. I put it even above the NES Tecmo Super Bowl. This is my number 6 favorite game of all time, and my number 3 Super NES game, Tecmo Super Bowl. And so the intro kind of will loop if you let it, and I'm going to let it go through one more time just so we can talk about it a little bit. This is another deep dive. And as of August 16th, 1993, heading into training camp. And, Tecmo Super Bowl III also has this kind of intro. Couldn't tell you if Tecmo Super Bowl II does because, again, it seems like that one is pretty hard to find. It never really... There's not a lot of copies of it out there. I've never actually seen it, and I'm as big of a fan of the Tecmo series as I think it could probably be. I always like this one because I always assumed that was Warren Moon, but of course the Oilers coming out under a moon is interesting since I think they played in the Astrodome, right? And the scenes do kind of loop. You get the same set for the AFC as you get for the NFC, so we get to see Warren Moon come out again here in a couple of minutes. And they kind of try to match them up with the teams they show on screen. Not the best job, but every now and then you get someone that's in the same color jersey as you see there. Like that could kind of be a Lions player, I guess. I always assumed that was a Falcons player. I think I thought it was Deion Sanders as a kid. Just overall, a very cool 16-bit version of the 8-bit Tecmo Super Bowl. I think a lot of times when this game gets overlooked, and it does, compared to Tecmo Super Bowl III, I think it's because it is really, in a lot of ways, a 16-bit version of what you already had on the NES. So is it really a full new experience? One thing you can do is hit L and R here and get to the sound test. Get that kind of desperation playoff music. Music's great in this game. Start to get out of that. And now, one thing I want to, excuse myself with early on here is I just moved. I couldn't find my good Super NES controller yet, so I'm kind of using what I could find, which is already, I can tell you, going to be a struggle. So you get your 4 options here. Preseason lets you do man versus com. Get the coaching option where you just call the plays and the players right. One thing that is cool is in preseason, if you hit here, you can change the quarter length and go down from 3 all the way up to 15. I didn't find that out for like years. team data, and you can go through your team. I was a Steelers fan. Okay, so you have all your stats, all the abilities, rather, there at the bottom. I think the blue ones are the ones that are specific to that position. And over the years, I've kind of gotten somewhat of an idea of what it is. Like running speed is like where you start at, but maximum speed is what you build up to. And I think rushing power is how quickly you build up to that maximum speed. Physical condition is cool. This one kind of, and other games can do this. You know, players could be in average, good, excellent, I think, bad, and injured physical condition. So if you have a player that's in bad physical condition, maybe rest him for a backup that's in good or excellent physical condition. He might be playing better that day, and I do think it is impacted on the ability. So at one point, I still have it somewhere. I had a spreadsheet of like every offensive player and what they were good at. Barry Foster is actually like the number 4 or so running back in the game. So when you're Pittsburgh, you're going to kind of run through him, but something we found out as kids is Dwight Stone, who's one of your starting wide receivers. You can move him into the backfield, and you can do very well with him as well. So if Barry goes down, yeah, you could put in Warren Williams or Leroy Thompson. I'd usually opt for Leroy Thompson, but Dwight Stone's maybe your better bet there, and Ernie Mills would go on to have a lot of success with the Steelers. So we would kind of lean toward him as well, ahead of Charles Davenport. But Eric Green's a big weapon at tight end. And then, additionally, you can modify your starters. So if I want Frank Reich to play, I can do that. It's Jim Kelly, not QB Bills in this game. Returners, you only get 3 options as opposed to on Tecmo Super Bowl III, you can put in basically anyone. Defensive starters you can't really mess with. You have team area, but I'm pretty sure, I think I've only ever seen like defensive backs get injured. So that's who I'm pretty sure team area refers to there. So you get your guys here to confirm that. And that's important because Nato Domes is one of the returner options, and he can get injured. It's quite easy to get injured on a kick return or a punt return. Then you got your playbook, and you can actually edit this during a game, which I don't think you can do in the NES Tecmo Super Bowl. So if for some reason you're not liking the Bills playbook, one of the nice setup playbooks in the game, I don't know if you'd be as good against a human opponent with this playbook. But you know, you get your T formation, your shotguns, and you kind of run out of those 2 sets. You can just change that to whatever you want to do. But you want it to be that playbook because you're going to play the Bills in this game, probably in the playoffs. And in AFC and NFC All-Stars, you have a different option here. You can change players. So any player that you think you want to sub out here, you can do that. So what I'd like to do in this game is when I played a season, I'd play a Pro Bowl game using the statistical leaders of that season. And you can do that in this one. Just kind of, you have to play it outside of that, but that's okay. You can manually change all the players, and you know, if that year for some reason Scott Zolak was really heating it up, you can put him in as the Pro Bowl quarterback. Okay. So Pro Bowl, same things as quarter time options. You only get to choose between those 2 teams. In preseason, of course, you can pick between all 28 NFL teams at that time. There are only 4 teams in the Central and 4 teams in the NFC West in those days. Which is funny because the AFC Central was the one that ended with 6 teams, right? At one point it was 4. Okay, but you know, we're really here for the season mode. Looks like my current clock is reset to 0. I hope that I did that and that we're not finally losing the battery on this thing. I got this game at Toys R Us when I was a kid. I don't remember if there was an occasion or what. It might have been a birthday. And I was always a real big fan of sports games, particular NFL games back then. I think I mentioned in another video. These days, I mostly watch college football more. Just over the years became more interesting to me than the NFL did. But I loved the NFL as a kid, so I probably hadn't really heard of Tecmo Super Bowl. I probably just saw the word Super Bowl and was like, well, this is the one I want. I think I remember Tecmo Super Bowl 1 and 3 being available, so this was probably like 1996, 1997. And I think I said I better start with the first one, so pick this one as a result. I wonder if I'd have ever ended up with this one if I had gone with the third one first. But over the years, this has been the one I've liked more. So, team control, who we're going to play as. I always liked playing as Houston this game just because they do the run and shoot thing, and I liked that a lot as a kid. But we're going to go with the Steelers. Schedule, you always, well, let's do this first. You can pick between 3 different seasons, 91, 92, or 93, or the 3 years mode where you play all 3 seasons. It doesn't really matter. There's nothing you get for winning all 3 Super Bowls in a row. But the 3-year mode is always just kind of cool to me that exists. And I think in Tecmo Super Bowl II, I heard the rosters change from year to year. Again, I've never played it, but that's not available in this one. You get one roster. It's a 93 season. And let's make sure we auto skip to week 17 because well, again, here's what it looks like if you don't auto skip. You get this kind of summary of the action. Thurman Thomas, not a real good game, but that's okay when Jim Kelly's throwing like that. This is the first game of the season, but it always ends up being kind of a big one because in the AFC East, it's going to be Buffalo or it's going to be Miami emerging from there. I'd say 8 out of 10 times it's Buffalo, but Miami is a very good team, and they do win that division sometimes. The team that doesn't win the division tends to be a wild card in that one. In the Central, if you just simulate it, tends to be Houston coming out of there. The West is a little bit more of a wild card. I think in the NFC East, I want to say that's Dallas. Here's what the playoffs will look like, but that was actually just my computer or my controller being a pretty bad one. We are playing this on original hardware and just capturing it. Yeah, so Philadelphia is decent this game. Randall Cunningham, a good quarterback. I think the Central tends to be a bit of a crapshoot. Detroit's got the best player, Barry Sanders. In the West tends to be San Francisco, but Atlanta comes out there every once in a while. I think I've seen the LA Rams win it. So here we go. And we don't want to edit the playbook or anything. I'm comfortable with what we run. And color versus color matchup. We'll return. And this game has a lot more cinema scenes than Tecmo Super Bowl III does, which for me is a lot more fun. So Woodson's not quite the beast he is in Tecmo Super Bowl III, but he's still a really good returner. Okay, so your offense is going to kind of run through Barry Foster in the early weeks of the season. Later on, as the season progresses, this game gets Tecmo hard. Come on. You always want to zig and zag in Tecmo Super Bowl. Whew, I didn't expect that. Game gets Tecmo hard as the season progresses. The defense seems to get faster. When you're passing, they seem to go to the player you're highlighting. So more and more, you are just taking what the defense gives you and getting those little short gains. Early on, this is not the case. You're able to kind of run your offense through Barry Foster. You're able to take more deep shots to Jeff Graham. Okay, so the Chargers playbook is a really interesting one. If you can look in the top left here, Marion Butts, toss to right, but then they have a toss to right with a fake reverse next to that. Then they have the actual reverse in the third one to Lewis. So, what's the best thing to do here? I think it's to play for the reverse. I'm going to pick reverse here just about every play, and then I'm going to cover that side of the screen to make sure they don't do that toss to Butts or the fake. To Ronnie Harmon here. It's amazing how many of these guys you tend to know over the years. I know more about the 93 NFL rosters than I do about the current day. Okay, see, I was covering for that. So by picking the reverse, really, maybe what I should be doing. No, let's keep doing that. Blue 48! Blue 48! I'm just going to keep covering that side of the field to make sure I don't give that up. And I'm effectively guarding against 3 plays. And that's really how you want to play defense in this game, is just make sure you're covering as many plays as you can. I probably don't need to pick the reverse, because it looked like I was going to be able to cover even the reverse playing that spot. So I may switch to a passing play for my next defense. Okay, and see if we can get deep to Jeff Green here. Nope, he's covered. So, okay. Eric Green's going to get open now. O'Donnell's not the best quarterback, but Tom Zach is definitely worse. You see I'm moving the ball here. Later on in the season, it's just not going to be this easy. We're going to be dinking and dunking down the field. We're going to be running for 5-yard gains with Neil O'Donnell. So I actually think if you have a mobile quarterback, that's probably the easiest way to play this game. If you're a novice, I've seen some people say, like on Super NES communities, that they can't really beat this game. And if you are running your offense the same way in week 1 as you are in week 15, and if you are in the playoffs, you're not going to have success. You got to start taking what the defense gives you, get out of bounds, make sure you're not fumbling the ball. Touchdown. Take the short completions. If you're doing those things, you'll be able to move the ball, especially if you're able to play strong defense by anticipating, covering as many plays as you can at once. There's things Tecmo Super Bowl does better for sure. There's no all-pro team at the end of the season. You kind of just have to make it up on your own. There's no NFL MVP. Again, you just got to pick that on your own. Okay, so let's try to start picking for pass plays and see if we can't cover this on our own. Intercepted. Clock continues to run. Tecmo Super Bowl clock rules. You'll take a 10-yard gain every time. Yeah, and this is just, as far as like gameplay experiences, I think this is the best football has ever gotten. It's not, a perfect simulation game by any means. I tried to dump off, didn't work. And we actually haven't been seeing a lot of cinematic scenes yet, but they'll come. We'll run Hodge up the gut here to try to get the tough. First down. All we need is 2 yards. like playing out the T formation here because I like that I can dump off to Foster flat. Nope, he's covered. Hodge can move back. He's covered. Break out of that by tapping the A button. Jeff Graham extending the play. Touchdown. So if you get caught up in one of those situations, the player runs into you and has you in a tussle, tap A. Most players are going to be able to get out of it if you tap it quick enough. Where you run into trouble is if you get caught up and someone else dives. Or if they just dive at you, there's no way to break out of that. And then on defense, same thing. Mash the A button. It's like you're playing an LGN wrestling game. Okay, so could have picked the play here. Did not, but we're covering. Greg Lloyd is a absolute nightmare at linebacker. Kevin Green on their side is likewise. Okay, so that was the fake pitch, but we got there and disrupted it. This might be a run up the middle. Yeah, play action version. But I'm going to cover that pretty well. No, I'm not. Oh, wow. I thought I was closing in on him. Chargers going to get on board with the big play. So you see what happened there, though, is that top right-hand corner play for the Chargers is a handoff that does that motion. So I saw the motion, thought, okay, handoff up middle. Doesn't really matter what down it is in Tecmo Super Bowl. They're going to call run or pass regardless. But I got burned. They ran the play action version instead. And we've got to get down the field in a hurry because a minute 49 is actually not a lot of time in Tecmo Super Bowl time. Jeff Graham's going to be open here. And I went for the contact there so I could break off a bit quicker.
First down.
Neil O'Donnell's having himself a day.
Blue 43. Blue 43. Hut, hut, hut.
Run power with Foster here. Headed to my own guy. Probably cost myself a touchdown. There's my cinematic scene.
Red 24.
Run it again.
Hut, hut, hut.
Okay, so if you hit X, you do a halfback dive play, and unlike in Tecmo Super Bowl III, this one can be stopped, but also unlike in Tecmo Super Bowl III, they guessed it. You get a cinematic scene. What's it, 21-7? There's no reason to get fancy here. Let's just go up 24-7. Way our defense is playing, we just need points. Okay, so now we get the halftime show. This is not my favorite one. It's a clown, there's like the singing person, you get something different for... Look at that, I'm holding the -13 on the ground. He's doing a good job there. Humphrey's really able to complete that one deep bomb for 83 to Lewis. Other than that, we're dominating here. So if you hit A in the blue area, you get the onside kick. Not as easy to recover as it is in Tecmo 3. But I actually don't mind having less possessions here. I want to keep my offense off the field and healthy at this point. Oh, guessed it. middle linebacker, Brian Hinkle. And so one other difference between this and Tecmo 3 is in Tecmo 3, some teams run 4-3, some run 3-4. Not really a way to change it. In this game, everyone runs 3-4. Got out of position, but still able to make it happen with Kevin Green.
Blue 48.
Play as Carnell Lake here and just stay back. And not terribly difficult to block a punt with Kevin Green in this game, or really just in this game. Got close. Oh. Like 10 yards or so is a really good punt return. We'll take a shot here to put it out of reach. I'm gonna have him. You wait as long as you can, let everyone get close to you, so you get as much air underneath the ball as you can.
Touchdown.
You can actually run back to your own goal line and complete a pass. You can throw it for 100 yards in the air. That's no problem in this game. There's no issue with how far a quarterback can throw. No power meter on the kick, on the field goal and extra point. No direction meter on the kickoffs. Again, I want to play defense now. And
Blue 48.
so I actually picked the play action version of this play. Let's see if I got it. Nope, it's a run. Still getting beat on it.
First
So they're
down.
going to end up with positive rushing yards today.
Red 24.
Picked play action again. It's a run. A little bit better. Clog in the middle.
Red 32.
So when they show this formation, I'm going to pick Lloyd and show the other one I'm going to pick an inside linebacker. And I'm going to keep guarding against the play action since that's when they beat us on. Got him. Cinema scene. And that background music, you just don't get as much fun out of Tecmo 3. That's going to be close. You can knock him over. Sometimes I feel like you still don't always block it.
Touchback.
And it's 5-minute quarters. It doesn't seem fun to take your starters out. So I'm not going to do it. I'm going to run back on this one. Try to get as much as I can. Jeff Graham today.
Touchdown.
I think we'll have some statistical leaders after this one. I think the quarterback cinema scene is for 300 passing yards in a game. That's a little harder to get. That's Gary Anderson with the cinema tackle. We're really getting we're starting to break out some of the
Red 24. Red 24.
fun ones here. All right. We've kind of found our strategy here. Up, guessed it. So we get it.
Safety.
And I have outscored my offense in this game late in the year. Onside kick attempt. Neil O'Donnell on the handstand. Yeah, I've late in the year it's a little bit harder to score. You have to dink and dunk. I've actually scored more points as a defense than on offense. That's one of my favorite ones.
First down.
And there's a version of that where it just falls off his hands pretty harmlessly. You have to play for a long time to get all the cinema scenes. So I don't think we'll get there quite today. Oh no.
Ready.
I'm just trying to throw the ball to see if I can get to 300 with Neil O'Donnell, but 5-minute quarters, it's pretty hard. Maybe it was the pressure on him there that...
Round 52.
That's exactly how you play that one. You just get around blockers and... Can't always do it, though. Starting to make him look real bad here. Problem with this is we're not going to get a lot of yards through the air if we manage to score here. Desperation heave to Merrill Hodge. We got it. So we got, I think, all three of the offensive accolades in one game to get the cinema scene. I don't think I've ever done that before. It's been a very long time, at least. And usually, depending on how you want to play, sometimes I feel like it's cheap to take your players out because the quarters are so short, you know, to protect them from injury is a little bit cheap. And then sometimes, you know, you're going for the Super Bowl. It's late in the year. You start running for Leroy Thompson. Yeah. Play a little bit more conservatively. I wonder if I'll get him back to... Because they had that one big run. I wonder if I'll get him back to negative rushing yards today. If quarterback sacks counted as negative rushing yards. You know, if I could do in college, I'd probably get there. 4th and 18.
Ready, 24.
Ah, they got me that time.
Ready, 32.
I was just trying to... Oh, he'll drop it. I was just trying to evade the pressure there. No need to take a sack right now.
Touchdown.
Big difference between throwing to Hodge and throwing to Foster. But I love that play because, especially late in the year, you just need to take a little 5-6 yard gains to get out of bounds. Don't risk a turnover. Take what the defense gives you late in the season. And if you do that, you'll have a lot easier of a time of finally beating the Bills. I'm just putting it at the goal line every time. It's usually, not always, as you see, but usually you're better off doing that than giving them the touchback.
Blue 43.
See if if it's the play action. Defensive touchdown coming here.
Touchdown.
Yeah, so combined defense and special teams today. This would be 12 points. So not going to outscore the offense today. This is up there with the most points I've ever put up. I consider myself very good at this game. I'm not this good. But early in the year, too, it's a little bit easier to beat down on an opponent. It gets tough later in the season. It gets tougher. And I'll end it. Mercifully. It's kind of a weird stat, though. I think I had 4 first downs at the half, ended with 5. I didn't run Foster in the second half at all. 83. I'd like to see his completion percentage would be without the drop from Hodge. It did end up with 8 rushing yards, I think, kind of courtesy to that last, I think it was on a 4th down or a 3rd down, they got about an 8-yard gain, so 13 runs for 8 yards, so I'll take that. So, team rankings will show you. Cowboys actually better in the pass, but we're much better in the rush. And then rushing-wise, a few better teams, but total, hard to beat that. See defense, we've got to be close. Aside from the teams that haven't played yet, we are first. 8 rushing yards, that's going to be tough to beat. And we qualified. I don't think we qualified when we played the Tecmo Super Bowl III deep dive. 6 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions. That's a day. Receiving, Michael Irvin had there, but Jeff Graham's got more touchdowns, higher average. Rushing, Foster actually first. I guess Cincinnati had a couple. Yeah, Fenner had 27 yards in addition to Green's 105. I think Foster's just about the only guy we ran. We ran Hodge in that short. Sacks. Buffalo had a guy with 4. Lloyd had 2 for us. Punt return, Stone. So great. Kick returns, I think they only kicked off, what 2 times. The worse your offense is, the better your kick returns will be. So we'll simulate over to the next game, but truthfully speaking, until you get to the playoffs, that is kind of what there is to look at. If you hold in B, you'll get out. I'll go ahead and knock off team control here. And it's a long way to week 17, but you know what's kind of different in this game? For one thing, and we'll actually try to play a playoff game here. Although the Steelers are by no means guaranteed to make it, so we may be, see, losing to Buffalo there. We may end up playing as a different team in the postseason. Steelers are decent. They make the playoffs every now and then, but they're in a division of Houston, who tends to win it. And Buffalo, if you're paying attention, is the juggernaut. But, you know, kind of what makes this different, I think it's harder than Tecmo Super Bowl III. I think Tecmo Super Bowl III gets a little harder as the season progresses, but it's also a lot easier to get super teams in Tecmo Super Bowl III through, like, the trading, the free agency, basically portals there. So you can do that before season. You can end up with a super team that you're just able to win in so many ways. It's tough to really stop. There's no music during the game in Tecmo Super Bowl, which I was kind of appreciated. I would prefer that to the just crowd noise ambient, because it's supposed to be fun more than anything else. It's fun that there's a good simulation game and a good arcade game on the system. It's just kind of interesting. They're both in the same series. And then just as we get to the later rounds, as we played in the playoffs, and just kind of how that's different, you have to play smarter. You don't have to do that in Tecmo Super Bowl III. You can kind of continue playing the way that you'd want to play. You're still not going to have like every deep route open, but just the closing speed's different, where your guys going deep are just hopefully going to draw a defender down that way to stretch the field for you in Tecmo Super Bowl. I think the cinema scenes add a lot. I think having those during the play makes it a lot more fun. I think if you were to ask, it's funny that Tecmo Super Bowl III, I think, decently consistently gets ranked higher than this game whenever people are ranking Super Nintendo games or Super Nintendo sports games. I think for one reason there's a bias kind of inherent that if something's the third as opposed to the first in the series, back then Madden 96 is better than 95 and 97 is better than 96, because back then, things really did get better year to year. I don't know if that's still the case with sports games now. But I think there's an inherent idea where the later game in a system on a Super Nintendo series should be better, because it usually was. So that's part of the reason people prefer 3 to 1. But the question I would ask is, if you asked just about anyone if Tecmo Super Bowl on the NES is better than Tecmo Super Bowl 3 on Super Nintendo, just about everyone's going to tell you Tecmo Super Bowl on NES is better. And this is really an upgraded, souped up version of that. Maybe there's not a dominant player like a Bo Jackson, but it might be better that there's no real dominant player. This is actually kind of weirdly a balanced game. There's no one strategy that will always take you to victory. I'm seeing a lot of Steelers wins, by the way. We may get a chance to play as them. There's no one dominant strategy that will kind of take you to victory. There's no just hand it off to this guy and you will win. I think defensively, you have to really play with. I think you have to play with smarts. You have to have a strategy with what plays you're going to cover, and just try to make sure you're covering as many as you can. I don't know that. There's some things like I don't feel like on 4th and short you can really easily stop every play, like the dive play on Tecmo Super Bowl III the same way. I think strategy-wise, it's at worst a wash, and at best a lean toward Tecmo Super Bowl I. This is not to say that Tecmo Super Bowl III is a bad game. I think it's the second best football game, at least that I've played on Super Nintendo. Again, I've never even seen Tecmo Super Bowl II. I'm aware that there are ways to go ahead and play it nowadays, but I've never seen it, and 1 and 3 have always been, what I've enjoyed. So I've never really even had a need to go to 2. And then, yes, if it's not easy to get the cart of it, and I know things in 2020 or so kind of went crazy on the retro gaming scene, it's no longer really feasible for a lot of people to even buy these games, just because for some reason everything shot up in price. And this is one that can be played relatively easily. I think it runs pretty accurately through a computer, and I think that's also the case on the Super NES Classic if you have that route and if that's the way you like to enjoy your Super Nintendo games. Tecmo Super Bowl III is like 95% perfect. This one I think is about 100. I've seen Buffalo lose a couple overtime games, so I'm wondering if Miami is gonna get in that division. Whenever teams do start to win a division, we'll get that cinema cutscene, which is always been one of my favorites. When this thing's like when my big win by Houston. When my college team gets bowl eligible, I always think of the music for the division clinching cinema scene here. Yes, I think nostalgia plays a role too. But I also think when compared to the NES Tecmo Super Bowl, I don't know. I find this just to be a better version of that game. I would tell you that I have a bias as well. I prefer the Super NES to the NES. I think I love both systems. I have access to both at all times. The man cave down here has here we go. Just so triumphant. Yeah, I love the NES. I have access to it. Actually, the most expensive NES game I ever bought was Tecmo Super Bowl. This was a long time ago, whenever things were a lot more reasonably priced. Nowadays, I don't think I would even buy an NES game anymore. It's because of what always happened with the pricing to it. I think I'm going to have to be satisfied with what I've got. So I love Tecmo Super Bowl on NES. I am a big fan of just how much community is around it too. I have been to the Tecmo Championship it's in Madison, Wisconsin. I've gone, but for me, this is the one. So triumphant. And as we see who clinches the division, we'll have to decide who we're going to play as here. Okay, not always the team that comes out of the Central. I think Indianapolis swept Buffalo this year. What is up with Buffalo? Yeah, the Dolphins will clinch. So this game is not really as power ranked as the NES one is, but Buffalo's an absolute force to be reckoned with. Houston will clinch in the snow. Also, just love those blue jerseys. That might be the team to play as here. See, so Buffalo does make the playoffs. Wow, 12-4. I have not seen it often. Denver makes it 7-9. That's kind of a big year for New Orleans. Steelers, Bills. I think I have to play that. I think I have to be the Steelers here. Okay, so no more auto skipping. So we take a look here, and it'd be best just to play the Super Bowl so we can get the winning the Super Bowl, or losing the Super Bowl, I guess, cutscene, but especially we're pushing an hour already. Let's simulate to that. Breaks my heart. I'd like to play against Buffalo and that absolute nightmare they are in the postseason. See how everyone does. Yeah, and that's about right. Buffalo becomes a real tough matchup late in the season here. As does San Francisco, as does Dallas. So New Orleans, though, that's... And I could be remembering this wrong, but that feels like a pretty big year for them. So I would have thought Atlanta would be most likely the second team out of that division. So that's an upset win. I was kind of in the back of my mind thinking Miami might be the Super Bowl team here, but let's just go Buffalo, San Francisco as my prediction. Uh-oh. Getting an injury. And looks like he got injured returning a kick. But they'll survive that. And I don't think I've ever tried to win a Super Bowl as Philly, but I've kind of always in the back of my mind thought mobile quarterback. Bit of a comeback by KC there, but not enough. Mobile quarterback might be the easiest route, just because you are scrambling a lot for what the defense will give you in the late season. I haven't worked myself up to it. I had a kind of a laugher, so I wonder how I'll even play against tough competition. Oh, wow. We're coming up on a historic Tecmo run here with the Saints. And Denver. This is a fun season. I'm really pulling for Eagles here because I'd love to see a matchup the Saints can win. Oh, wow. You see Cunningham's the leading rusher there. And you got to think the Bills are going to run away with this one. Yeah, so not a runaway, but go for Super Bowl. Kind of the arch villain of every Tecmo player in the Buffalo Bills, but this NFC Championship game is interesting. Oh no! Hope they can muster a strong performance from Vaughn Dunbar. I'm so disappointed. Alright, it's still interesting. We'll play as the Eagles. Beautiful Kelly Green. I love the leaving the hospital in full football gear. Imagine he's riding an ambulance over to the stadium, to the Rose Bowl. So definitely a good run from the Saints there for us. And the nerves starting here. Getting music. Okay, so I'm going to pick the top right hand play, and then I'm going to cover the bottom right of the screen in case they flip to Thomas. Okay, so this is a shotgun, so I'm going to play a shotgun run. Okay, it's not run to pass coverage. Hopefully he's covered. He is not. All right.
Touchdown.
Here's late season versus Buffalo, though. Jim Kelly and Andre Reed. Even if Andre Reed's covered, he's likely to catch that. Be close. Oh. Woodson probably blocks that. It's probably a step faster. We'll take it, and we are gonna aim for short passes here. Scramble if we got to. You'll take it.
Blue 48. Hut. Hut.
No way out of bounds there, but.
First down.
And this is how you play offense in the Super Bowl against the Bills. Take what's there. Missed. Stopped when I threw it when he was still running. And take what's there. Get out of bounds if you can. He's looked open. I just didn't trust him to stay that way. Thought take the short 5. Gotta go. It's the Super Bowl and I can't give Buffalo back the ball.
Blue 43. Hut. Hut.
No! Oh, he's gonna be short. All right.
Red 24. Red 24.
Let's cover the outside here. And that's a lucky break we'll take. Iconic moment in Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl history, perhaps. Uh-oh. See, playing the Bills in the Super Bowl, unlike in real life, is an absolute nerve-wracking experience. This is up there with playing Five Nights at Freddy in the dark. Okay, so I don't know this play. I'm assuming it's a, I would have assumed pass there. But we'll hold them. We're gonna try to bend and not break here.
Blue 48. Blue 48. Hut. Hut. Hut.
I'll give them the first down.
First down.
They can do that. I just need to basically
Brown
I
52.
need to eventually guess their play and force them into a mistake. Okay, this is it. This is the deep ball they hit us with last time. We're gonna go toward Reed. That's fine.
First down.
That's playing Buffalo in the Super Bowl as well. It's like, okay, 20-yard gain, they can have that.
Brown 52. Hut. 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 Hut.
that dive is automatic. It is one of my least favorite aspects of this game, if not my least favorite. So they are moving right down the field on us. I'd hoped they would make a mistake by now. I made a mistake that time. I thought maybe the linebacker could blow up that play, and I was very wrong. You need to play defensive back on that one, but you know now. Okay, we get the ball at the half. So if we can move it down the field slowly, score a touchdown, we can flip this game.
Blue 43, blue 43. Hut.
I should have known better. Thrown over the middle is trouble late in the season. Come on. All right. And that play's been there for me so far.
First down.
I'm not calling handoffs. I just don't trust that I can get more yards than I can get scrambling with Cunningham. They guessed it. I just had to get rid of it. That is a very lucky break.
First down.
That could have been picked. I kind of hoped it would be heaved to no man's land. Don't be greedy.
First down. Blue 43. Hut. Hut.
You're seeing years and years of experience of how to matriculate the ball down the field as safe as possible, and it's still intercepted. See what I mean about the closing speed there, though?
Blue 48.
I don't know. Wasn't much I can do with that one. I can get there in time. I got beat on the play call. I guessed run up the middle.
Blue 43. Hut. 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 Hut.
Got it. Alright. Now on third down, I'll cover pass. I guess shotgun pass. Let's see. Nope, it's a run. Oh. It's tough playing the Bills in the Super Bowl.
First down.
It's tough playing in the Super Bowl at all. Can't get greedy. Gotta stick with my defensive plan.
Blue 48. Hut. 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 Hut.
And I picked the wrong play there. I picked the shotgun pass. Watch it be the run middle. Worse. I didn't cover where I should have been.
First down. Ready.
And they don't have Scott Norwood in this game either, so they'll make this field goal if we stop them there.
Hut. 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 Red 24. Red 24. Hut. 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 Hut.
Alright, that's the strategy there. I had to still had to shake off a blocker, but
Red 32. Hut. 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 Hut.
gotta hope for the block. There are no 2-point conversions. No 2-point conversions in this game. No fake field goals. I'm just gonna bomb it here. Even if the guy's covered. Yeah, just had to bomb it. special halftime. Okay, so really not playing our best game, and yet we're still in it with Buffalo in the Super Bowl. Jim Kelly is yet to miss a pass. That's about right.
Red 24. Hut. Ready.
Alright, they guessed us.
Set. Hut.
I'm actually glad I got hit as I threw there. I think that might have been
First
why.
down.
That was a short throw, which put it in a place where only he could catch it.
Round 52. Hut.
Which is really like your goal with these passes
First
is
down.
only throwing passes where only your guy can catch it. Because if it can be caught by a defender,
Blue
it will.
43. Hut. Hut.
Even that was kind of dangerous.
First down. Blue 48. Hut.
If you can beat your guy, sure, go ahead and stay in bounds. But if you cannot, there's no reason
First
to
down.
take a tackle. Let's try running it.
Blue 48. Hut. Touchdown.
He broke right through the blocker, too. We were tiptoeing on the edge there. Glad there's no review. Let's, Alright.
Good.
Really caught a break on the fumble and the missed field goal here. Sloppy Super Bowl from both teams.
Round 52.
Okay, I'll play outside linebacker in case it's a run. Okay, we got a strategy there.
Ready.
Same
Set.
thing.
Hut. 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 Hut.
I've got that shut down pretty well at the moment.
Red 24. Hut.
Okay, this is
Hut.
last time was a run
Hut. Hut. Hut.
up the top. And we wanted to play secondary, we said, and that's why. So you start playing strategically, you got a shot. Let's see if we can block this. Nope. Booming punt. All right, big drive for Randall Cunningham and the Eagles here.
Red 32. Hut.
Or Cunning,
Hut.
as he's known. We weren't beating that guy.
First down.
We're just getting out of bounds. That's a huge chunk play for this late in the season. Yep, made a mistake. Probably should have taken the sack, but I was
Blue 43. Blue 43. Hut. Hut.
made a mistake.
Hut.
See, they'd have picked that. I'm calling BS on that one.
Red 24. Red 24.
Okay,
Hut.
we want
Hut.
secondary.
Hut. Hut. Hut.
And the thing is, you can do everything right, and if they bomb it to Andre Reed, that's it. Oh man.
Touchdown.
And there you go. I'm gonna bomb it here.
Ready, 3-2, ready, 3-2, hut.
Don't like the idea of losing patience, but nope, that'll be fun. He was short. I love that sad music while the referee's smiling.
Ready, 3-2, hut. Hut.
Oh no. Phew. That was a bad decision. I probably shouldn't take the sack there. I'm just trying not to
Blue
get
48, blue 48, hut.
sacked.
First down.
Marshall Walker making a maybe game-saving grab there.
Round
Just
52,
trying to
round
get down the
52,
field.
hut.
They don't need a whole lot of time to score, as you've seen. A guy just bounced off of Randall Cunningham.
Ready, set, hut.
Okay, that's safe. That's a safe throw.
First down.
We're mostly picking left and B here because I like having the two
Hut.
outlets. That's fine. Incompletion's the best you can hope for when they guess the play. Against a player, a human player, you'd do a different strategy here for sure, but we're playing the Super Bowl against the computer Bills.
First down.
So I'm leaving too much time here.
Ready, 3-2, hut.
Not anymore. Cornelius. Alright.
Blue 48, hut.
Real tough position. This will be a catch. This might be 6. I'm going to go shotgun here. I'm just going to try to run it in up the middle.
Hut.
No, ain't going to work. 4th down and goal.
Blue 48, hut. Touchdown.
Oh, wow. I actually celebrated over here. Put my hands up for the touchdown. I was that excited. And that's not much time left at all. Still enough with Andre Reed and Jim Kelly. We're going to defend against the bomb here.
Ready, 3-2, ready, 3-2, hut, hut, hut.
Defend against the bomb again. We'll call a timeout. Oh, if we guess it here, if we guess this.
Hut, hut, hut.
We did not.
Ready, 24.
Okay, this is that run play.
Hut, hut.
Oh no, I didn't catch. I didn't see that coming at all. Oh no. So I got fooled bad.
First down.
And give me time for one more play here for the Bills before a field goal attempt.
Ready, set, hut, 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 hut.
Not enough overtime. defending against the
48.
bomb again.
Hut, hut,
Yeah, I guess
hut,
there's
hut.
no chance for a tie. I've never actually seen this before, the 0-0-0.
Red, 3-2. Hut, 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 hut. First down.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever played an overtime Super Bowl game in all these years.
Blue, 43. Hut, 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 hut. Red, 24. Red, 24. Hut, 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 hut.
He got it.
First down. Blue, 43. Hut, 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 hut.
Gotta stop him here.
Red, 3-2.
Of
Hut.
course, this is
Hut,
first
hut,
score
hut,
wins
hut.
rules. Oh, here it is. Oh, that could have been the
First down.
game. So I'm glad he made that decision.
Ready, set, hut, 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 hut. Touchdown.
Pretty valiant effort. But we are in an alternate timeline as the Bills have won the Super Bowl. Now, if I'd won the Super Bowl, they would have shown all the players in the team as credits, but you will have to look that up elsewhere, as I failed you today. But that's everything. Basically, the whole way around, we're now into 1992 NFL season. You can see the schedule's been reset. And that is Tecmo Super Bowl on Super Nintendo. As a deep dive, we saw it all. I showed you some strategy. Even if it wasn't a successful one today. Saw the sound effects menu, saw it all. But yeah, this is the best football game on Super Nintendo. This is the best football game I've ever played. So, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for sticking through it.